Good morning/afternoon/evening, everyone. Life is not a straight road, it's an obstacle course, filled with steep climbs, unexpected detours, and the occasional mud pit that swallows your shoes whole. But here's the secret. It's not about avoiding the obstacles. It's about how you face them. The challenges you face in life are not meant to break you, they are meant to build you. Every difficult moment, every setback, and every hardship is not a stop sign, it's a lesson, a test, a proving ground. The strongest, most resilient people in the world didn't get there because life was easy for them. They got there because they embraced adversity as part of the process. Think about it. When do you truly grow? When do you discover what you're capable of? It's not when everything is smooth sailing. It's when the storm hits, when the odds are against you, when you're exhausted and questioning whether you can take another step. But you take it anyway. That is where strength is forged. In life, just like in endurance racing or extreme challenges, the moments when you feel like you have nothing left are the exact moments that define you. That's when you dig deeper. That's when you tap into something beyond physical ability, mental resilience, heart, grit. Those who succeed are not necessarily the strongest or the fastest, but the ones who refuse to let difficulty define their limits. So the next time you're facing something that seems impossible, shift your perspective. Instead of seeing the challenge as an obstacle in your way, see it as an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become stronger than you were before. Every setback is secretly a setup for your greatest comeback. Every struggle is a lesson in disguise. And every moment you refuse to give up, you're building a version of yourself that is unstoppable. Adversity isn't there to hold you back, it's there to train you for what's ahead. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it shape you into the kind of person who never backs down, never gives up, and always finds a way forward. Adversity isn't something to be feared, it's something to be embraced. It's easy to look at obstacles as roadblocks, as barriers designed to stop us in our tracks. But the truth is, every challenge we face is an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Think about the toughest moments in your life. Were they comfortable? Absolutely not. But did they teach you something? Did they push you to grow? If you reflect honestly, the answer is yes. Growth doesn't happen when things are easy. It happens when we are tested, when we're stretched beyond what we thought was possible. Adversity is life's way of forging us into something greater. It's the fire that tempers steel, the pressure that creates diamonds. The problem isn't adversity itself, it's how we choose to see it. Two people can face the same struggle, but their mindsets determine the outcome. One sees an insurmountable wall and gives up. The other sees an opportunity to climb higher than ever before. Which one are you? When you hit a difficult moment, when life throws its hardest punches, remind yourself, this isn't the end of the road, this is where you grow. Every setback carries the seeds of a comeback. Every failure is a lesson in disguise. Every painful experience is sharpening your skills, building your endurance, preparing you for something bigger. The pain you feel today will be the strength you carry tomorrow. So instead of avoiding adversity, lean into it. Instead of complaining about how hard things are, ask yourself what you can learn from the experience. You don't get to choose whether challenges come your way, but you do get to choose how you respond. And that choice, right there, is what simply survive from those who simply thrive, from those who truly thrive. None of us are meant to do this alone. No one succeeds in isolation. The strongest, most resilient people aren't the ones who shoulder every burden themselves. They're the ones who understand the power of teamwork. It's a myth that strength means never needing help. Real strength is knowing when to lean on others, when to ask for support, and when to surround yourself with the right people. Think about the moments in life when you felt completely drained, when exhaustion or doubt started creeping in. Now think about the people who stepped in, who lifted you up, who reminded you of your own strength when you forgot it yourself. That's the power of a team. Whether it's family, friends, colleagues, or mentors, the people around us shape our success more than we often realize. And it's not just about taking support, it's about giving it too. The most successful teams aren't built on competition, they're built on collaboration. True leaders don't just push themselves forward, they bring others with them. They recognize that a rising tide lifts all boats. If someone is struggling, they don't leave them behind. They slow down, they extend a hand, They remind that person that they're not alone. Because here's the truth. There will be moments when you feel strong and unstoppable. But there will also be moments when you're the one in need. And when that time comes, your team will be there if you've built the kind of relationships that truly matter. Success isn't about who crosses the finish line first. It's about how many people you helped cross with you. So look around. Recognize the people in your corner. Invest in them. Support them. And when the time comes, let them support you too. Because at the end of the day, the journey is never just about you. It's about the people who make it worthwhile. The human body is an incredible machine, capable of enduring more than we ever think possible. But the real battle isn't in the muscles, the bones, or the lungs. It's in the mind. Your mind is the command center, the place where every victory or defeat begins. It will tell you stories. It will whisper that you're too tired, too weak, too unprepared to keep going. And the question is, will you listen? The difference between those who succeed and those who give up isn't just talent or skill, it's mental toughness. It's the ability to keep pushing forward when everything in you is screaming to stop. It's choosing to believe in yourself even when the odds are against you. Because in reality, your body can go much further than your brain wants you to believe. It's your mind that gives up first, not your physical strength. Think about the moments in your life when you've been ready to quit. Whether it was in a competition, a job, a relationship, or just a personal goal you set for yourself. What was really stopping you? Was it true exhaustion, or was it doubt creeping in? Most of the time, we talk ourselves out of success before we've even reached our limits. We hit discomfort, and we assume we're done. But discomfort is not the same as incapability. It's just a threshold, a mental barrier that challenges us to see how badly we really want something. The strongest people in the world, whether athletes, business leaders, or everyday individuals overcoming hardships, aren't necessarily the smartest or the most gifted. They're the ones who mastered their own thoughts. They're the ones who recognized that their greatest opponent wasn't outside of them, it was inside. They understood that fear is just a feeling, not a fact. That self-doubt is just noise, not truth. That pain is temporary, but quitting is forever. So when you find yourself struggling, remember that it's not about avoiding difficulty, it's about training your mind to push through it. Just like lifting weights strengthens your muscles, pushing past mental barriers strengthens your resilience. Every time you choose to keep going when you feel like stopping, you're making your mind tougher. You're building a version of yourself that can handle even bigger challenges in the future. The mind is a muscle, and just like any muscle, it grows stronger with use. Train it, challenge it, push it. And most importantly, never let it be the thing that stops you from achieving what you are truly capable of. Life doesn't always go as planned. No matter how prepared, skilled, or determined you are, setbacks will happen. You will face failure. You will experience moments where everything you worked for seems to fall apart right in front of you. And in those moments, you'll have a choice. Will you let the setback define you? Or will you use it as fuel to come back stronger? Most people see failure as the end. They see a lost job, a failed relationship, a missed opportunity, or a major mistake as proof that they weren't good enough. But the truth is, setbacks are not the opposite of success. They are a necessary part of it. Every successful person, every champion, every leader has faced moments of complete defeat. What sets them apart is what they did next. They didn't let failure break them. They let it teach them. They didn't let disappointment make them quit. They let it make them better. A setback is never just a dead end. It's a redirection. Sometimes the failure you experience today is setting you up for an opportunity you never would have seen otherwise. But you have to be willing to see the bigger picture. When things don't go your way, don't waste time dwelling on the loss. Instead, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I grow from this? What's my next move? That shift in mindset changes everything. Instead of feeling powerless, you take control. Instead of feeling stuck, you start planning your next step. And before you know it, that setback turns into the foundation of your comeback. The most inspiring stories in history are not about people who never failed. They are about people who failed, fell, and faced rejection, but refused to stay down. They're about people who lost everything and still found a way to rise again. They are about resilience, grit, and the unshakable belief that no failure is final unless you let it be. So if you are in a season of struggle right now, if you feel like you've been knocked down too many times to count, remember this: you are not done yet. This moment, this setback, is just part of your story. It is not the end of it. The comeback is coming, but it starts with you deciding to rise. Dust yourself off, learn what you need to learn, and take one more step forward. Because the only way you truly lose is if you choose to stay down. And that's not who you are. There comes a moment in every challenge, every journey, and every pursuit when the easiest thing to do is to stop. It's that moment when exhaustion sets in, when progress feels slow, and when self-doubt whispers, maybe this isn't meant for you. It's in that moment that the strongest people, the most successful individuals, make a decision that sets them apart from the rest. They decide that finishing is non-negotiable. This is not about talent, luck, or circumstances. It's about commitment. It's about making the choice before you even begin that no matter what obstacles come your way, no matter how hard it gets, quitting is simply not an option. When you remove quitting from your list of choices, your energy shifts, your focus sharpens. You stop wasting time wondering if you can do it and start figuring out how you will do it. The truth is, nothing worth having comes easy. There will be moments when you feel discouraged, when progress feels invisible, when setbacks make you question if the effort is even worth it. But the people who achieve greatness aren't the ones who never struggle. They're the ones who refuse to let struggle stop them. They push through the tough days, they adapt when things go wrong, and they find a way forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Finishing isn't just about the goal at the end, it's about who you become in the process. When you commit to seeing something through to the end, you develop resilience, you build grit, you strengthen the part of you that can withstand pressure, overcome adversity, and rise above temporary failures. And once you've proven to yourself that you can finish one difficult thing, you realize you can finish anything. So, when life knocks you down, and it will, remember this: never lose hope. Never give up. Because on the other side of the struggle, beyond the pain and doubt, is the greatest version of you waiting to be discovered. Thank you.